Hello, good evening and welcome. This is Alex Coking calling in from Florida. I want to let you know that tonight we will have George Ruiz on our webinar. And George, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. George, let me just give you then quickly, we have a lot of things to cover tonight, so let me just give you quickly the presentation. And there you go.
Okay, yeah, I've not seen it yet. Oh, okay, hey, it is here. Okay. All right. Can you see me and hear me both?
Yes.
Okay, guys, I'm really excited tonight because I'm going to make some short announcements before we go into the presentation. Like every Monday, we seem to have people from everywhere. I see people from here, the U.S. obviously, but from Canada. We have somebody from Australia too. That's interesting. But anyway, guys, we are ready for tonight. But before I started, you are seeing on the screen, this is our team website. You see some news that are coming in the last couple of days. As a matter of fact, today, as you know, today is the 17th, and we are really updated there. Vietnam Grand Opening is you want more information about Vietnam, make sure you go to the website and click on that link that you see there. And by the way, for those of you that are brand new, this website is howtogetgoing.com. This is our team website. And you can see always information about what is going on in the company and what is going on around, and also trainings. Now, also, tomorrow they have the leadership update. We are going to have great announcements, and I'm not going to spoil some of them. Make sure you click on that link, and then you get the information how you can get into those. Also, we have a pre-holiday gift tomorrow. I don't have a clue what it is. And now, this about the health insurance. This is really important. As you know, if you don't have insurance by the end of this year, you may get a fine or something like that because the new Obamacare. Well, as you know, Isogenics has an insurance system that you can apply for, and actually the prices are really good. That's what we are doing now. I will pay way less than I was paying in a normal insurance because my prices went way up. But make sure you click there if you want more information too. And also this week, as you know, is the the launch business presentation this week. We are expecting a lot of activity. But anyway, and now let's go. I don't know, Alex, if you want to add anything before.
No, actually, you know, I do know that I've talked to a couple of people that were looking for through the health insurance that we offer through Isogenics, and they were surprised. They didn't even know that we had that. So we want to make sure that everybody takes a look at that link. And even if you do have health insurance through your job or whatever, it does offer vision and dental, which many people don't have.
That's right. Yeah, check it out because there is. I don't know how many companies in the network marketing industry offer that, but there are really a few of them. And now, by the way, you can click on the newspaper. As you see, there's a little newspaper there. Let me see. Activate this. Okay. You can actually, as you see here, there's a newspaper. Okay. What you do, you click there. And then you see the different announcements that we have. They have different trainings, etc. That's for you that are new in the company and don't know exactly what we are doing here. But anyway, guys, let's start it tonight. And I'm really excited because I'm going to talk about something that we started last week already. Last week we talked about how to approach people using even texting and Facebook, because as you know, those are the social media, and texting I consider is like a kind of part of social media, although it's telecommunications, had become a really strong way to approach people. We have increased our amount of connections since we've been using the texting and Facebook, and also the amount of people that are getting into the business. Now, We are going to talk today about multiple streams of leads. I'm going to call it MSL, and we are going to hear a lot about that, especially next year. We are developing a program that's called the MSL program. But you are going to see what you are going to learn today is more than enough to get you really dangerous. But anyway, now I see many trainings on social media, and they are good ones. For example, Zach and Eden, in Isogenics, they have an amazing training that teach you how to actually post on your timeline, and we have also something similar, and that's really good. Plus there are many trainers around in the social media area that they are good, and they are good. As a matter of fact, I learned from many of them. They teach you how to connect with people on social media, especially Facebook, because Facebook is the easiest to connect with people. Now they teach you how to post on your timeline, and then how to connect with those who like or respond to your post. But there has been a challenge, and the challenge is that most people, they say, well, but I don't have enough friends. I don't have friends that are going to see the messages on the timeline, and the responses that they get are almost zero. And the reason is because if you don't have too many friends, or you have always the same circle of friends and you don't have anything, of course you are not going to have response. One of the purpose of today is the training is to increase your friends on Facebook. In other trainings, next week we are going to continue with this. We are going to go into also other places in social media where you can learn more about this. Now, there are many ways, and tonight I will talk about some of the most effective ways to increase your chances of increasing your list. And this is really important, guys, because again, the list is the most important part in your business. They're is the most important resource. And now, before I go into this, I just want to tell you your personal list or warm or hot markets are still a very important part of your resources. Do not forget about this list. What you're learning tonight is a way to increase your list, but not to replace or forget your original markets. Imagine if I have forgotten my original markets and I would have not contact, for example, Alex, who is in the call. He's one of the millionaires in Isogenics, or Leanne Jackson. He's one of the multi-millionaires in Isogenics. Imagine if I had not contacted them. It's why it's so important still to keep with people that you know the list. Now, what we are going to go tonight is going to increase that list, because again, especially in today's marketing, we can go fast because technology and social media is probably the best thing that we had. And last week we talked about also texting, how to use texting to improve our chances of having presentations. And for those of you that are applying it, you can see already the results. Now also I'm going to show you how to find friends that you had lost contact with them, suggested friends that Facebook always going to have, and how to go and request friends. And actually I'm going to go into my Facebook account. I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. It's really simple. Although probably you had to see this webinar several times, and as you know, these webinars are recorded on the website that you saw at the beginning on the howtogetgoing.com. Now, excuse me. One of the things that I love about social media is that it increases the chances to do what you are seeing now. This is the heart of any prospecting system. Doesn't matter who or what person is using the prospecting system. This is the main way where people are going to use when they are prospecting. Now, the center of that triangle is your list, as you see. Now, but you connect, you present, and you follow up. However, if you don't have a list, or your list doesn't increase all the time, you are not going to have connection, you are not going to be presenting, you are not going to be following up, and as a consequence, you are not going to be sponsoring people. Because the follow-up is when you sponsor people. Now, first things first, find your people. And when I say find your people, let's find your family, your friends, school friends, acquaintances, etc. This is really simple. Just going, and I'm going to go into a little more details on how to find the school friends in a second. But first, you find your family, and just your uncle, your aunt, your cousins, your nephews, your relatives, and find them in Facebook. The same that your friends, and friends that you have from the past, or friends that you have right now in the present. It's the same with school friends, and even acquaintances, people that have sold you something, or people that you know in some way. And the only thing that you're going to do is this. I want to add you to my list of friends in Facebook. That's it. You are not going to do anything extraordinary. Last week we talked about some of the scripts that you use to approach people. And again, you want to go into the last week webinar, and also we are posting those scripts in the website, and we are going to show you in a second where you can download them. But this is the only thing that you're going to ask. I want to add you to my list of friends in Facebook. My question is, how many of you can do that? Now, if you're new in Facebook or you have very few friends, after you do a few of them, Facebook is going to start asking you questions, and then you slow down. Next day, you start again. Now, if you have tons of friends and you are really active in Facebook, probably you're not going to have that message that is going to ask you questions, and you have to enter whatever you see on the screen, etc., to avoid that you are spamming people on Facebook. But this is really simple. This is the first step, because you want to find the people that you know. And again, we have last week some of the approaches that you do. We are going to have more about that next week. We have the scripts that are already in the website. Tonight is mostly about how you find the people. Now, let me find some people that you know. As a matter of fact, let me go to the internet right now. Okay. All right. Okay, I was in Facebook, as you see. Okay, let me close this. Do it for a second. Okay, as you see, this is my website. Really simple. Now, how do you find friends or families? You can just do it the simple way. You can add a name. For example, this is a friend of mine that I think he's on the call right now, that I found. I was looking for him, and I happened to find him, and he lives in Montreal, Canada, outside Montreal. Here he is, although he's already my friend, but at the time I just call him and say, are you the same guy that I met in Venezuela? But anyway, you can find friends like that. But the other way that you can do is to, here on top, where I'm filling this out, by the way, let me mark it here in case you are not seeing it. Okay, you see there? Okay, it's where you are going to write down the names of the person that you are looking for. Now, this is, let's suppose that something else that is going to happen many times. Facebook is going to suggest friends to you. And let me show you how you can find that. In the same place that I just show you, again, let me go back, right here. You're going to write find friends. And the first one, the one that has the two faces, this is the Facebook sign. You're going to click there, okay? And look, interesting, what is going to happen. Here, it says your 45 friends suggesting. These are friends of yours that are suggesting, people that are suggesting for you to connect with. This is interesting, as you see here. They say, and supposedly I have 45. Now, here at the bottom, say more requests. People are asking. Okay. Now, let me show you something else here. You see on the right side? Okay, and let me go on the right side. There's a whole list, including hometown. You can find the person by name here again. This is the city where I'm living right now, but you can find the school where you went to, people that are mutual friends with anybody, and you can enter another name there, college, university that you went to, or college, university. For example, you can say something like UCLA. Oh, UCLA. You see, I'm putting a UCLA there, and then what happened? I just click Find Friends, about there. Oops. I don't know why it came that way. That's weird. That's the good thing about live, that let me see, UCLA. I don't know why it came that way. But anyway. Now I put UCLA, and then what happened? The computer is looking for people that actually went to UCLA. You see? Some of them have a market there. This is really cool. But let me go back to the screen before. Oops. Okay, friends again. Now you can look for employer. Let me check. Employer, schools that you went to. This is my high school, people that live in your city. I mean, it's so cool. And then always the list that's going to come is people. For example, if I want to know who is in Austin, Texas, I just click here, and guess what? It's going to give me the list of every person that lives in Austin, Texas, that is connected in one way or another one with me. Now, it's interesting that all of them say, add friends, and here, look what it say. Oops. Okay, I don't know why it did that. Okay, let me go again. Austin, Texas. They say add friend, but look what it say, people that you may know. That live in Austin, Texas. I just moved to Austin, by the way, 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago now. So only I can find people that live in Austin if I want to connect with them. But it's interesting because I hear what it's telling me is people that I may know. Cool. And then I have a script, and I'm not gonna go into the script right now, but there's a script that it says Facebook suggested that we probably know you. I would like to connect with you. That's the only thing that you're gonna say with people like that. Very simple. But you see how cool? Let me go back again. What happened? How I got here? Here on top, on the search, this is called the graph search. Here, I just gonna write find friends. Click here in the first one, and then all the friends, suggestions, etc. Now, the first one are people that are suggested to me to be my friends. Now, here is the next one that's interesting. Respond to your 996 friend request. I have 996 people that are asking me to be their friend. And in a second, I'm going to show you why that's so powerful. Actually, I'm going to show you now. For example, this guy, Julio Bustillo, let's put this part of the third person here, Steve Hennessy here. Okay, I just click. If I want to find out who is that person, I just click in his name, and then obviously these probably are his kids, but I can find more about him, about here. I want to find out more about him. Where did he go? If there are some mutual friends, and obviously there are several mutual friends, and of all of those, I know only 2 actually. Pictures, what kind of sports he likes, etc. And this is a clue that I'm going to tell you. When a person has a lot of information, like in the case of Steve Hennessy, I'm going to go back to the screen before. In the case of this guy, then I confirm that person as a friend. Remember, these people is asking me to be their friend. The same thing when they suggest you a name, you just check the person and see if they have a lot of information. I ask them to be my friend. I don't do it with people that have very little information. The reason is that people that has a lot of information tend to be more open. But you see that what is interesting here, not only you are finding your friends, you can find people by schools, like here, or a former employer, or high school, or city where you live, or the city where you came from. I mean, you can find a lot of people. Now, here, many people say, well, how can you have so many requests, friend requests? Again, almost 1,000 of them. And later, I'm going to tell you why. But meanwhile, this is a very important page. Here, again, you are seeing how you can find people. You can find it by schools, again, like he's here. I mean, and again, remember, you just right here, find friends. That's simple. And of course, you go back to this side. I hope it's clear, this part. It's really simple. I'm going to go into a little more details in a second. One of the reasons we are dividing this in several different seminars is because there is a lot of things, although they are simple, I don't want to dump in you so many things. We are going to go to a second part right now. But you see how simple. Now, we're going to go to a second part that is how people are going to be asking you to be their friend and how you're asking also people to be their friend. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Okay. All right. Okay. And again, as you see, it's really powerful. Now let's go to the next one, the core market. Now, this is people that you don't know at all. You don't have a clue. Although in the screen before, you saw that some of the people that are suggested to you by Facebook, in my case, to me, I don't know who they are at all. And that's cool because that's an excuse to ask them, hey, Facebook suggests your name, and I would like to connect with you. But this is after you read his or her profile. You want to make sure, again, that the person is a person that is open, etc. Now, what we're going to do is targeting. This is one of the cool things about social media in general, although tonight we are talking mostly on Facebook. This also is really cool to do in LinkedIn and also in Google+. But I love the way that you can do it on Facebook. Now, your goal is to find people who will be open to what you have to offer. Now, let me show you some examples. People who have information in their profiles. In other words, like I said before, a lot of information in the profiles. If the person has very little or none information, usually it's a closed person that he or she doesn't like to connect with people. The more information they have, the more open is going to be the person. People that seem nice and usually see for the picture. Professionals. And this is professionals of any kind, but people who is positive. You see a lot of people that post positive thoughts, etc. Those are ideal because they are people that really are excited about life. People who may want to do what is necessary to succeed, and you find this on people, again, that they are talking a lot of positive stuff. Former military personnel. In general, former military personnel are really good because they are very structured, and when they leave the military, some of them still in the military, they want to do something, and some of them become entrepreneurs. Professionals, again, I'll repeat that one. Networkers, obviously, people that have been or are in network marketing. Fitness instructors, or people that are into fitness. Moms who want to generate an income from home, and as you know, this has been one of the biggest gold mines for the company. More than half of the person that earn over $1 million in isogenics are moms or grandmoms, and most of them didn't have any experience in this kind of business. Athletes, and obviously because the products that we have, personal trainers, coaches, health professionals, teachers, and by the way, when I say health professional, not only medical doctors and chiropractors, but also anybody that has to do with health, like massage therapists, nurses, etc. Teachers are really good because they are really easy, coachable. By the way, when I say coaches, we are not talking only about football or soccer or baseball coaches. We are talking also about personal coaches, what I call life coaches. When they see this business, they become crazy good because usually they have a lot of followers in their blogs or on the sites here in Facebook. Insurance salespeople, they're really good. Real estate, I was in those two professions. People who like inspirational material. People who post often on Facebook. Salespeople, etc. Now, by the way, although this is going to be recorded, you can take a picture or you can take a screenshot if you don't know how to do it. Each computer is different. If you have a Mac, you press Control, Command, and 4 at the same time, and then you take a picture. I don't know how it's with Windows, sorry. But anyway, you can take a picture of this, or you see it when this webinar repeated. Something that I'm going to try to do is to actually send this in a PDF file that you can actually print it out. Small business owners too. And by the way, this is not limited to them. You can there are many more. These are just an example of the people that you can find. Health enthusiasts, obviously, really important. Now, continuing in this targeting, so by the way, never limit yourself, but there's a rule of thumb. The ones that have a lot of information on their profiles, those are the best, and because usually are more positive. Now, let's continue. The fastest way is to find people in groups or fan pages. And in a second, I'm going to show you how to do that. It's really, really simple. And personal development groups or pages, for example. I love personal development groups or personal development pages because they are really positive people. And I met a few great people there. Network marketing groups or pages like GoPro, Randy Gage, etc. There are many of those, and I'm going to show you how to find them. Fitness groups or pages, as example, weight loss support groups, cleansing support, personalities in the fitness industry, organic food groups, etc. That's a really good group also. I tend to go more for people that are possible business builders. Now, but this is really cool, as you see, and I'm going to show you how to get into groups. But before I go there, let me show you one more slide. Find special interest fan pages and groups, and these could be in things that you For example, the school that you went to, common jobs or professions, present and past, same likes, sports, movies, books, etc. Same time, state, or whatever, and also common friends and suggestions from Facebook. We already went through that. But anyway, go to a large group that have networkers, motivational sites, for example, we talked about that before, business sites and investments. Now, this is not unique to Facebook, but Facebook, they have a lot of these groups. If you happen to have be in LinkedIn, make sure you connect with all those groups too. These are business groups, and there are a lot of those, are really good. And next week, I'm going to talk a little more about LinkedIn. If you see a post that you like, comment on it. And then also, ask the people, if somebody comment and you like what they post, say something, I saw your post, I like the way you think, may I be part of your network of friends? And don't ask the person if you can send a friend request, or ask them to send a friend request. Simple as that. You can actually can post also and say, oh, I love what you say, Mike, I would like to be part of your friends, and the same conversation where you found the person. And I'm going to go in a second to show you where are those conversations and what you do. But you see, this is very powerful. I know some people, many of you probably say, whoa, that's overwhelming. Actually, it's way simpler. And let me show you an example, the past compared with today. When I started in network marketing, they always told us to belong to groups, to breakfast clubs, to business clubs, Chamber of Commerce, if it was possible, because that's a good way to connect with people. Well, imagine in Facebook, you can be in hundreds of groups and you don't have to leave your home. That doesn't mean that belonging to the Chamber of Commerce or groups in your city is bad. No, that's great. That's another way. It's why I like when I say at the beginning, multiple stream of leads is because it's good to have a lot of different streams, because then you never are limited to anything. But anyway, here, the cool thing about Facebook and also LinkedIn and Google Plus is that you can have friends and groups. You can belong to many groups where you can get a lot of connections. Now, let's find more people, and let's go again to Facebook. All right, let's go again here to the search, graph search. The graph search, by the way, is your best friend, because you can find a lot of things there. Now, let's talk about fitness instructors. Fitness. I'm going to put just fitness. Now, as you see, there's a list there that you can see that came, but you're not going to click on the list. You click here. You see more results for fitness. And the reason is because we are going to have a way bigger scope of people to look for. You enter fitness right here, but you are going to click right here where you say, see more results for fitness. And I'm going to stay here for a second for you to time to think. But simple. You enter on the search graph the name fitness, and then see more results for fitness. Simple as that. Simple as that. Okay, let's see what happened. I click there. And look at this. This is really interesting. You see this bar? Appear all the results related to fitness. Now, you can find people if you want to go to individuals, but I like to look for pages and groups, as I said before. And let's click first on pages to see what happened. Okay, I click on pages, and I see a lot of sites that have to do with fitness. These are pages. Now, in order to be able to get in and see the page, you have to click like. You see, there's a like here. By the way, do you see how many people like this? How many possible prospects? 1.5 million people. Here, 229,000, 2 million people. This is an Ackland fitness model. My Fitness Pal, that is, by the way, is an application. A magazine, Fitness for Women. I mean, there are more, by the way. You keep going down, and there are tons. Oh, there's one in Austin. Obviously, it's where I live. I'm going to go into that in a second. But, well, actually, let me click like here. I click like. But anyway, let me click in any one. Here, for example, Fitness Magazine. I'm going to click on Fitness Magazine. And let me tell you how you find leads here. You click on Fitness Magazine, and you see in pages, usually the person that's allowed to post as the person that represents the fitness magazine, the administrator or administrators, because they can have more than that. And you see every time there's a post, the post seems to come from the administrator. Okay? Now, they are not the ones that, although you sponsor an administrator, obviously, but you see, you want to talk to the people that are also posting. For example, here said 33 people like this, the 7 worst health habit ever, and there are a bunch of people here. You click here, and you see the names of all the people that has liked that. Now, none of them are my friend. I see. Huh, interesting. But anyway, but you see how many here. Now you can do one of two. You can say something like, if the person watched this article and it's one of the likes, as you say something like, gee, I saw that you liked the fitness magazine. I like too. I would like to connect with people like you because I'm connecting with people that like fitness. Let's choose one person here, Michelle Salazar. Okay. Let's find who she is. Let's see how much information she has about her. She doesn't have tons of information. Well, actually, she has a lot. You can ask her if you feel that would be a good. But I usually am looking for people that has also a background on business or that is posting a lot. And the way to know if the person is posting a lot is clicking here on the timeline. Because in this case, I cannot see what is posting because she has a form that you cannot see what she's posting unless you are a friend. Usually, I'm going to pass on this person because it's putting some limitations. There are so many people I can get in the page, and the fitness page. I'm going to go back. Okay. Now, but this is a way you can go through the people there, or something that's even simpler. Let's suppose that this person, Pretty in Paleo, will say, oh, I always wash my face before bed and brush my teeth. And then you can reply. You can comment here, or you can reply to the person and say, oh, I do the same thing. And then you kind of get into a conversation. You say, oh, by the way, I would like to be to send you a friend request. It's okay. You can do it here. That's cool. Or you can say something like, I'm not going to do it now, but you can say something like, I like what you say. I'm looking for people with similar interests. Could I connect with you? Oh, one thing something I forgot. You put in first the name. You have to make sure that she understands Pretty. Here is Pretty. That's her name, Pretty. In Paleo. I like what you say. By the way, I'm looking with similar people for people with similar interests. Could I connect with you? Simple as that. Now I'm not going to do with her because that's not what it's me. But that's to give you an example. Now, interesting. When you do that, many times other people are looking at the place. They start asking you to be their friend too, your friend. But again, many articles. Now, let me change for something that like network marketing, business. Network marketing. Now, again, you can click on these places, but the best way is to click here. See more results for network marketing. And here I'm going to go also into the groups. Again, you write it up here. And then you look here where it says see more results for network marketing. I'm going to go here. And then here you click on people if you're looking for individuals. But I'm going to look again on pages or groups. Pages, I can go to, for example, here, I already here like it, but for example, Network Marketing Pro. And then I just when I see people commenting, you see they have tons of comments here. Whoa. You can get into the conversation. And by the way, when you get into the conversation, you are going to see some people asking you to be your friend eventually. But also, I actually ask them. When I say, oh, I like what you're saying about this. I would like to connect with you. See many comments. Network marketing. Whoa, that's a lot of comments in just one post. That's really interesting. Now, let me go back because I'm going to show you groups. Now, marketing, excuse me, pages, as I showed you before, the only person that usually can post the main article, the comments, anybody, has to be the person that on that page. Here you see Network Marketing Pro, etc. But the comments, you can participate in the comments and get friends. Now, let me go back here and let's click in the second part here in groups. We already click in pages. What happens when you click in groups? I click in groups, and you can belong. As you see, there are some that this one is a public group, there are closed group, etc. I like closed groups because actually they have way better interaction than the public groups. That doesn't mean that you don't go into the public groups. For example, I click in network marketing, for example. And one of the reasons I don't like many times open groups is that most people are just advertising. However, when I see somebody is advertising a lot, I eventually say, well, I would like to connect with you. If I see that a person is good, I just check out the person, obviously. For example, let's see Renee. I check on him to see who the person is. And according to what he checked, for example, he doesn't know how to work on Facebook. And let me tell you why. You can't, as I say, you cannot keep advertisement like that because eventually you can be shut down by Facebook. Obviously, he doesn't know. And when I can approach a person like that, I say, "Oh, I would like to connect with you. By the way, what do you do?" And say, "Can I ask you a question? How you're doing with your network marketing things?" And I get in conversation showing how is the right way to do it. And then I became a friend of the person. This person obviously doesn't know, but that's more advanced. But what I mean is, I usually go with people and I go to find out who they are and if it's worthwhile to connect with that person. This guy just like that, I don't. The one that I showed before is not a good idea because he doesn't know what he's doing, and probably he's going to be what he's doing is basically spamming. That's not good. But let me go back to group. The reason I like the closed groups, as I was saying, here let's go groups, is because in the closed groups there is more interaction. This is a network marketing group, and then usually I have more interaction with them. Still, there are people prospecting. But usually you can have more interactions with groups. There's another one called Fearless Networkers. I went straight to that because here you are seeing my groups. And again, you can have interaction with them. You are not going to go there and say, I have a great business or something like that because they kick you out of the group. And they can even push Facebook to freeze your account. And you don't want that. But the idea is to get connected with the person and then use the scripts that we have there in our website and howtogetgoing.com. And that helps you tremendously to connect with people. It makes it way easier, the scripts. And we are updating those scripts. I hope to have them by this Friday, all the updated scripts. But again, pages, groups. Here there's a lot of groups. And again, let me go again to one of these closed groups. Let's see. It's funny because the one that I belong, probably because it's a secret group, you don't see it here. But let's go to, let's click here, click again. You can talk to people that are there. For example, you say, oh, tell me more about you. Tell me more about what you do. And I would like to connect with you. And then you become their friends. Now, you go to all kinds of groups. Now, we are talking about network marketing. Right now, you can do weight loss. And again, you go from here to here. See more weight loss people or weight loss searches. And again, you can look for pages or groups. And again, you can comment with people that are in these different things, the same athletes, etc. Now, let's suppose that you're doing something direct, network marketing companies, and as you know, once in a while I give information on companies that may be having some challenges and just to connect with people. Not to try to sponsor them, just to connect with them as a friend, because if you try to prospect somebody that's in a company that's in trouble too directly, that person is going to shoot you down. Just become a friend and get connected with the person. But anyway, let's suppose that, and I'm going to throw you just a name, for example, people um, who like Mary Kay. It's gonna put Mary Kay. Just an example. And here, Mary Kay Health and Beauty. That's what I meant. Obviously, I click here, and look, it's giving you all these people that they like Mary Kay. But let me tell you the cool thing about that. You say, well, I want to find people that are in Austin, Texas, that are in Mary Kay. I want to connect with them. Poof, it's giving me a list. And look at this. More than 1,000 people that are in Mary Kay that live in Austin, Texas. Holy cow, I didn't know that. This is really cool. And you see, again, let me go and show you what I did. People, okay, who likes, and then that, you put whatever is there. It could be another network marketing company. I'm going to put Amway now. People who like Amway. I click here. It's interesting. And then it's giving me all the people that are in Amway. And again, I can look for city. Oh, let me look for the people that live in Bogota, Colombia, because as you know, we open Colombia. And then, voila, I have people in Colombia. People that are in Las Vegas that are in Amway. Voila, over 1,000 people. That's cool, becoming friends. You see how cool is why I say that you are going to have unlimited people. Okay, people who work at chiropractors. I think that's the way to spell. Work. It's funny because it doesn't appear here. Oh, people who work or like chiropractors. Well, I'm gonna leave that out because I prefer to look for chiropractors here like that. Chiropractors. You see chiropractors, and then remember what you do. You go here, and then you go here. And then you click to find out more about chiropractors. Now, the difference when you find people that like to, for example, people that like health, okay, there's one, is when you want to specify by city. Here, obviously, there are over 1,000 people. And then again, let's see, Las Vegas, Tatan. And we have over 1,000 people that like health in Las Vegas that you can connect with. In other words, and let me divide it into, when you have people who like blank, it's when you want to go to cities. When you want to general information, and that's usually what I do, because I like to go all over the world because we have branches of people all over the world. That's the way that I sponsor people in other countries and in other places. I prefer to say to just to leave it blank. I can say just network marketing and go to the pages to connect with people, but unless I want to go to a specific area. Next week, we are going to go to more into how to get local people or in specific people using Facebook and also LinkedIn. LinkedIn is really powerful to use, probably even more powerful in certain ways than Facebook, and we are going to talk about that next week. But as you see, guys, I went through a lot with you guys, and let me review because I want to make sure that you are still with me. And if you have any questions, start writing your questions because we are going to go into this. The first thing that we did is to find your family and friends. That's something that we did, acquaintance. And the only thing that you're going to make sure is to add your list of friends. And what we did is we just click here and we say find friends. We click in the first one, that is the one that has the picture of the two people. And then you start finding friends by name here, by hometown, just the hometown, by city. Again, I guess example, I just want Austin, Texas. I do this, and then the list that's going to come is people that are in Austin. This is interesting. Or schools, and you can add another school here. You can say actually, like I say, UCLA or University, BYU or whatever you want in colleges, people that are friends of a specific person that you want to find out, people that were employed somewhere else, like for example here, or colleges or mutual friends that are connected to somebody that you know, or somebody you're connected to that doesn't have to be a friend, could be a personality that you happen to be connected as a friend, and they obviously has friends. But anyway, this is the first part. The second part is targeting groups. And as I say, if people that have positive, etc. Let me go back something important. When I say positive or people that are in personal development, as I said, this is a great group of people that is, and people are on these areas to get good referrals. And I'm going to have an example here that I'm going to go again on my website. Alex, tell me the name of a personal development motivational speaker or somebody that you come to mind.
Well, Tony Robbins.
Okay, Tony Robbins. I guess everybody knows who he is. Anthony Robbins. I go here, and look, he has 1 million likes. By the way, this is his new book. I don't know if you have seen the interview for the new book. It's amazing. But anyway, and again, remember, he's the one posting. Okay, and then you can interact with people that are there. You see 31 people like this, and there are 8 comments of different people. Or you can do, you see what I did before, Anthony Robbins, instead just clicking right into Anthony Robbins. Again, you do what I told you before. You go here because you want to go into all the pages and groups that talk about Anthony Robbins. And then what you do, click here. And again, let's suppose pages. And this, the first one is the one that we went to, but you see there are a lot of pages, Anthony Robbins, or private groups, and then you ask to be part of these groups. Again, there are a lot of interaction in these groups. I'm going to do this because I love Tony Robbins, and I didn't see this group. You see here, say, join group. I click here. Ta-da! It's obviously an open group because, oh no, it says pending, you see? Pending is because the person has to approve you to get in, and that's to avoid people that are going to spamming, etc. Really cool. Personal development are one of the best sources that you have for connecting with people. But anyway, guys, again, I could go on and on today, but I want to make sure that you see this. You are ready with your user today. You have more information on prospecting than 98% of the people in this business, even people that have gone to different trainings. Next week, we will continue this topic on how to increase your list. Now, when you apply this or what we saw today, you will be an expert with multiple sources of leads. And this is something that, again, when people say, I don't have enough names, whoa, there are so many ways. And we talked about all these ways. All of them have one thing in common. They're free. And there are many more free. Also, there are some paid if you want to get into those, and that's something that we will cover sometimes in the future. But I'm not using any of those payments. It's interesting, but but it's nice to know. Sometimes a couple of times I tested just to play with them. But with so many free ways to get leads, there really is no reason for you to start paying for anything to get leads. But anyway, Alex, I wonder if anybody has questions. And guys, if you have any questions right now, is the best time to ask the questions.
Yeah, George, actually, there's a question about what do I do once somebody says, yes, I want to be your friend?
Okay, there is a, let me go to the scripts. Okay, let me go to howtogetgoing.com. Okay, there are 2 ways to find the script, by the way. You can just write scripts here, scripts, and it's going to bring anything that has to do with scripts. Oh, I don't know what happened. Alex, do you know what happened? He said this page couldn't be, well, anyway, scripts again. Scripts. Okay, and there is mine. You see George Facebook scripts? Just click there. And for some reason, it's not coming up. You know why?
Yeah, actually, I did an update to the new WordPress and that particular, but just return, just enter scripts and return.
Okay. scripts,
and
and then
return.
yeah,
Return.
click. Okay, well, here is the how to use a script. Look in Facebook. Oh, here. Okay, for Facebook scripts. Click it there, and then script when you ask for friends. Here it is. We script when you are asked to be their friends when somebody asks you. Now these are going to be updated because we are getting closer and closer to what Eric works do. These are effective. It's just that Eric work are even more effective. I have the feeling. But this is something that we are using. The scripts are right there. For looking for Facebook scripts. By the way, it's interesting. They're called Facebook scripts, so you can use it over the telephone, over text messages, like we talked about that last week. Okay, I hope I answered the question. But this is the one when you ask for friends.
Okay. Yeah, and George, there's just a couple of comments here saying they really enjoyed this. They didn't know about uh, this was all possible. And let me just add something. Remember the early days when we got started, we didn't have any of this. And as a matter of fact, we would actually sit down with a piece of paper and write down names. I would go to the yellow pages, try to see if I could get some ideas or so. And here we have everything at our fingertips. We don't even need to be in front of our computer. We can do a lot of this just from our smartphones. So it is amazing what can be done. And
That's right.
let me just go here through these comments. And yes, there's a question on on the scripts as well. And yeah, it's like, when will these be updated?
Yeah, we are gonna be. I'm gonna be sending it no later than Friday because I'm correcting some and adding a few actually too. But anyway, they're probably by Friday. However, if you look at the webinar last week has already some of the scripts that were updated there. But all the script would be updated probably by later, no later than the end of the week. Yeah.
Okay. Well, George, we're past our our time again, but
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I think this part was. You know what is interesting? This thing is so extends that even though I did just part of it, we can divide it in who knows how many webinars because even next week I'm just going to cover another part and then another part. And as I said before, I'm setting up a program that is called multiple streams of leads as MSL, where it's going to have all kind of short. They're going to be mostly short videos on how to do all the different things that I just told you.
yeah,
But
and
it's not program
actually,
that's going to be available probably in the next 60 days. However, everything that we are going to do in those webinars, today, for example, what we did today and what we did last weekend and what we are going to do the next week is part of it. It's basically the program. It's just that we are going to divide it in shorter videos and more
yeah,
videos because they're going to be shorter.
yeah, we have a question about whether these webinars are recorded, and the answer is yes, they are
Yeah.
recorded. Every Tuesday evening, we post the latest webinar, and you can go to the same website, howtogetgoing.com, and click at the top menu where it says webinars. And if you click there, you will see past webinars, and that will give you a list of all the webinars that we have done, which are quite a few. There's dozens and dozens of webinars on all sorts of topics.
Yes, and you can do a search as I show on the first page. There are so many topics, but I think the topic that we have done more is about leads because it seems to be the one that most people get stuck at one point. It's why we decide to put it into another form in another way. Excuse me. And by the way, this as I use a small glance, but you can do this internationally when you are opening, for example, one of the reasons when we opened the first time in Mexico, all the leaders came through social media. The first leaders came through social media in
Yeah.
Mexico
As a
because
matter
things
of
happen
fact,
in other cities
one
too.
one of our team members, Roberto Perez, and his wife Querencia Luciano, they are absolute experts in building a country, doing webinars and finding leads through Facebook and so on. They did that in Mexico, became the fastest growing group in Mexico when we opened, and they're doing the same thing right now in Colombia,
Yeah.
and it is absolutely amazing, and I want to congratulate them on all their efforts uh,
Yeah.
doing that. And
Yeah.
by the way, they are doing that in Spanish, so Facebook can be used in any language that you want. Everything that you have seen here applies to all of this. And I I don't know anybody in Vietnam, but my wife Marlena, actually, she just said, when I mentioned that Vietnam was opening, she just said, "Oh, the lady at the place that I do my nails, she's from Vietnam, and tomorrow we'll be going over there and talking to her, because that's one way of connecting with somebody in a country that we never even knew. We didn't know anybody there."
Yeah, and saying that, what you're saying, that person was not through social media, and we are going to cover also many ways to get people when you are just shopping or just on the, somebody call you trying to sell you something, etc. Again, there's no any reason for us to run out of people because there are so many darn ways. And I know there are people that sell seminars for thousands of dollars, telling you how to spend thousands of dollars trying to get leads, etc. And those things are tough. I have friends that do that, and I tell you, they're tough. One guy confessed to me he was a top distributor in a company. He was making probably about 60 or 7,000 a month, but he confessed to me that he was spending between 25 and 30,000 a month in leads. Oh, come on. And when I mean leads, creating leads, and you don't have to do that. Because again, and many of these people that sell you those training, they say, let me show you what your upline is not telling you. And I say, well, I never done that. Now, yeah, we use the internet, but we use what we are showing you today and tonight, and what we are going to show you in the coming weeks, but not those crazy things that these guys try to sell you for thousands of dollars. But anyway,
Right.
and I don't say that those things don't work. They do. It's just that require a lot of investment, and they are not as easy as they show it. You have to learn how to set up pages and a lot of stuff. Anyway.
Okay, well, George, then thank you for for sharing all this knowledge with us tonight, and I want to thank each and every single one of you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
good night, everyone, and remember, tomorrow evening this webinar will be at the howtogetgoing.com website, together with all the other past webinars. So make sure that you let everybody in your team know. If they weren't able to attend, just go to howtogetgoing.com, send them a link to howtogetgoing.com, or choose a webinar that you want them to see, and just share a link on that particular webinar. So good night, and George, thank you.
Thank you. And obviously, technology cooperate with us tonight. That was good.
Yeah.
Okay, see you later. Bye.